back with you today. So I've got something a little bit different and a little bit exciting for you today. A few weeks ago in the ABC challenge, I had the letter S and I created some story scraps, which were basically some words that I'd cut out of a vintage children's book and had used them as part of an embellishment on my project. And I thought you could also use them as like a prompt because, sometimes you get a bit stuck, what am I going to create? And sometimes just a small phrase can be enough to ignite some inspiration. So Rennie and I were having a bit of a chat about it, and we thought it would make an awesome project for us to provide a freebie with a story, a very short story, that you can tear your own story scraps out of. And then we have also included some embellishments and pages that marry up with the story. This one's like a background page that you could use as a background, or you could cut it into washi strips. And then there's some fussy cut elements here as well. Now, when I had this idea with Rennie, it was very plain and basic, but it has now sprung into this sort of multi-headed hydra. So for the month of May, I'm going to come back at least once a week with a different project from this freebie to share some ideas with you. The freebie will be available in our shop. There will be a link in the description box below. I know not all of you have access to a printer, and I'm sorry for everybody who is outside of Australia and New Zealand, but for those of you in Australia and New Zealand, if you don't have a printer and you would like a printed version of this kit so that you can play along with us as well, you can get a printed version in our shop. It's dirt cheap. It's like $1, which basically covers the cost of the paper and the ink, sort of. But you're welcome to pop over, pick up your own kit and then play along with us as well. We have also included a hashtag so that if you do decide to play along with us, you can put hashtag story scraps on your projects that you share on social media, and we'll be able to find those and have a look and see what everyone is creating with the freebie. So I'm going to keep it pretty simple for today with my first idea. So I have created these items using nothing but the freebie and pieces of scrap paper scrap paper and fabrics from my scrap box. So I haven't cut into any new pages or anything like that. It's just things that I've had in the scrap box because I want to use them up. Otherwise they just sit there and it grows and then, you get overrun by scraps. So we're going to make some of these today. So here I have a box full of bits that I have cut out. So I've cut out all the fuzzy cut elements. I've just got a page here that I have taken the story off, and I've just got all my labels and things here. I have torn my story into strips so that I can have a look at the words and tear things apart. And then I have also cut apart the background page into the individual washi strips. But then I have over to the side of me the pages, so a full background page that I can use as a background and that sort of thing. I also have literally a handful of stuff that I have pulled out of my scrap box, so I'm only going to be using extra pieces of paper from these scraps today. So we'll begin with these sort of brown paper scraps, and I keep just about every skerrick of brown paper that comes through my door, so I have a huge box full of it. And I'm going to start by literally tearing my brown paper, and I don't really care what shape it is. I don't particularly want to have straight edges, but for the moment I'm not going to tear them off, but I am going to tear the bits down so that they're sort of a 3 or 4 inch size as my starting base. Now that's obviously not 3 or 4 inches that way, but it is that way, so I'm just going to keep it like that. And I'm just going to make myself a pile of brown paper scraps roughly the same size. Okay, so I've got a bunch of scraps here that are sort of rectangular or squarish shapes, so anything that had like a big weird piece hanging off it, I've torn those bits off, and I'm going to be brave and throw those in the bin. I've also got a piece of book page here, and I'm going to do the same sort of thing, just tearing it into sort of 2 to 4 inch pieces that are all sort of squarish or rectangular. Okay, so I have my 2 piles of scraps. Now, if you struggle to work by eye to a boundary, then you might want to get a piece of card or even draw yourself a square on a piece of paper to help keep you confined to a smaller area. So let me just grab one. Okay, so I've got a piece of card here that I have just drawn some corners on, just to help me not expand my scrap base too big to begin with. Once you've made a few, you'll get the feeling for it and you probably won't need to use that. But what I'm going to do now is come in with my scraps, and I'm looking for kind of right angle corners that I can start to build. Now I've got a little scrap that's hanging off here, but I'm not worried about that at the moment. But I don't want actual straight cut edges. So if I have a straight cut edge like that, I'm going to turn that to the inside because we won't see that once we've laid up our bits and pieces. So this is going to be a little bit too long. So I'm going to tear that down a bit. And I have another one here. So I've got a sort of a straightish right angle here, so I'll use that, but it's a bit tall. And I'm just building it up, so I've got lots of layers of paper just for interest around the edges. Now you can use smaller pieces like this and just keep building. And it's just giving me rough, rugged edges with lots of interest. So you can add as much or as little as you like. So once I get to this stage, I sort of pick it up and have a feel. I like that. It's got lots of layers and it's nice and rough around the edges. I'm just going to take a stapler and pop some staples in. Now I'm making sure I'm not stapling too close to the edge so they don't show afterwards. And also it gives me the ability to be able to tuck things in around the edges. Okay, so that seems to have contained all my scraps there, so I'll pop my template off. Okay, so I've got my base here that I want to now build onto. If I look at it and there's pieces that I don't like the look of to my eye, I can just tear them off, but I'm going to go around the edges and scrunch it up a little bit anyway, just to add a bit more texture. Okay, so next I want to come in with the background page, and I've got this one here which I have just cut the white edges off, and I'm going to tear myself a piece from this and I want it to fit about 1 centimetre inside of the square that we've created. So I'm going to tear it down there, and then I'm going to tear my straight edges off. Now with paper, if you don't want the white edge to show, you need to tear the paper away from you. So I'm tearing this edge down away from me. If you do want the white edge to show, you tear it towards you. Okay, so pretty happy with that. Now I do have a much bigger gap on the side here, but that might correct itself when I find out which embellishment I'm going to use. So I'm going to bring in all my bits and pieces, and I could choose something like that and just have some of the background showing, or I might come in now with a piece of book page and just pop that behind. So I quite like the look of that. And then have a look and see what sort of image I might like. So there's a little tiny watering can of flowers there. I might want to come in with an image. So I really like her, she's so sweet. I'm pretty happy with how that looks. I'm going to go ahead and attach my background paper and my book page, and I'm just going to use a little bit of art glitter glue for that. And for the moment I'm not going to glue right to the edges. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue to hold it down, and I can come in and add some more glue afterwards when I'm sure I don't want to tuck anything else in around the edges. But I'm not going to add my image just quite yet. So I'm going to look through my story scraps that I've already torn. So the plant grew taller than the teacup, that would work for this picture. Or even One Quiet Morning. I think what I might do is trim these down just a little bit. So I think I want it something like that. I'm just going to rough up the edges of my picture here. Then I'm going to do the same with my words, just ever so slightly roughing up those edges. So there we go, just a cute little embellishment there. Yeah, don't really want that bit on there. So I could come in and tuck in some extra pieces around my brown paper bits if I wanted to, because I've left these sides open. So I've wanted to add a little bit of extra interest. I can just tuck these in here and there. A bit too much. And it just gives that illusion of more and more layers. So I quite like that. So I'm just going to go round now with my art glitter glue and pop a bit of glue on those to keep them in. So there we go. Super cute. So if the sayings or sentiments aren't really your thing, you can of course just use some of the labels that are in the kit. So let's make another one now just using some labels. Now I think before I glue my elements down, I want to push this background a bit more into the background, so I'm just going to add a little bit of gesso. And I'm going to spread that around with my brayer. A bit too heavy-handed with my gesso, but once it's dry you'll still be able to see through that quite easily. And then I'm going to come in with a piece of book paper as well. Just rough up the edges of my picture. Okay, so now I've got this going on, and I want to have a look and see if some little bits of lace tucked in might look nice. So it might be a bit hard to see on the video there because it's very fine, but I think I like some of those scrappy bits of lace, so I'm just going to pop some glue in to hold those in. So there we go, another little scrappy embellishment there. And they're kind of a bit flimsy on their own, but once you've decided what you want to do with it, so you might want to use it on the cover of a journal or use it as a journaling card or something, you can always back it onto something else to make it a little bit more rigid. So there we go, that's our first little project using the first Story Scraps Challenge freebie. Feel free to pop over to the shop and grab that freebie. I hope you will have fun with it. I would love it if you would use the hashtag so that I can come along and see what creations that you have made. I'll be back again next week to show you another project using the same freebie. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'll see you again next time. Bye.